In today's video, I'm going to share one of the most common signs that you are out of alignment. Now, alignment is one of the most important topics when you consider how high the frequencies are now on the planet. Alignment didn't really matter before in terms of how you were able to create results, how you were able to create success, how were you able to create really a life that you actually love. But the higher the frequencies go, the more important it becomes. And I absolutely have seen that it is one of the most misunderstood topics. It goes far deeper because alignment has to do with energetics, okay? High frequencies, the name of the game is energetics. Like that is the most important thing. Your strategy is always going to matter, but that has to come after energy. Energy is always first. It's so important to know. And of course, we were never taught about energy. We were never taught about any of these things because in the lower frequencies, it didn't matter. It didn't really matter at all. You could pick anything you wanted in life and just go for it. Even if it wasn't for your best and highest good, you could achieve a lot just by brute force, hustling, grinding, pushing. But that doesn't work. It doesn't fly at all in these higher frequencies. So what matters is energy. And a big part of energy is alignment. Okay. I could talk about this for hours. This topic is so huge. This could easily be an hour and a half masterclass of me sharing everything you need to know about alignment. And that would be a jam-packed hour and a half for sure. There's that much to know. So I'm going to keep this really brief in this particular video today, just for what you really need to know, because it does go deeper. But I do want you to know that it does go a lot deeper. And that's why I'm mentioning that, because as I've said, what I have seen is a lot of surface level. People look at it on a surface level, don't really understand what's really going on. And this is so important in the new paradigm, the new energies. It's all about the energetics under everything. Like what you do, like I said, in this world, in the physical world, it matters, but you've got to get the energy first. And I'm saying this over again because it is that important. Okay. So one of the biggest signs that you are out of alignment, okay, and you'll want to know this because it is much harder to do things out of alignment in the new frequencies, okay? And there's many reasons for this, okay? I could probably come up with 15 reasons, but I'm going to give you just a couple, maybe one, maybe two, I don't even know. I'm just going to see what comes out, but just know there's a lot of reasons why alignment matters. One of the main reasons is because authenticity is the highest frequency. So if you are out of alignment, so you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, meaning it's not for your best and highest good, or if you're being a different person, like if you're performing, right? We've heard that term a lot, performing. If you're putting on a mask, pretending to be somebody else, if you're doing anything that's disingenuous, right? And let's face it, we were taught in the old frequency to do that because that actually worked in the low frequency. But in the high frequency, what you have to know is it doesn't work. And when I say it doesn't work, what I mean is it doesn't land. So in the old frequencies, you could be completely inauthentic. You could be lying through your teeth, right? And let's face it, one of the classic examples is going to a job interview that you don't really want. You could lie through your teeth, right? Say what you're supposed to say. Like all you're thinking to yourself is, I just need this job because I want the money. And you're like, well, it's aligned with my values and like all this kind of, crap, right? Just to get the job. You used to be able to do that and you used to be able to get the job. That's what I mean. It worked. Now you don't get picked. And you might not get told, you probably won't get told, well, we don't really believe you're being truthful. The person hiring you is just going to go, something doesn't seem right with that person. That is what frequency does. Okay. It doesn't allow for things that are inauthentic. It doesn't allow for all these things. So that's what I mean when I say it doesn't work. So anytime you're performing, anytime you're doing what you're supposed to, you think you're supposed to do, anytime you're going off all the old conditioning, all the old programming, all the things that did work in the old paradigm, but they were out of alignment with you. They were inauthentic for you. They don't land anymore. So what that means in the new frequency, you must be authentic. That is the road. And what is so important to know before I continue, because it can be a bit frustrating. We've been taught this whole way, for a very long time. So I want you to really remember that life is much more enjoyable when you can be authentic. Like when you're your real self, your quirky, weird, whatever self, life is a lot more enjoyable. I don't think people realize, I know they don't realize how much effort, energy, life force, like how much it takes to be somebody you're not. And I'm still in this journey with you, right? I mean, I've started this journey a long time ago and I've been in it for a long time, right? I'm still in it and I'm still amazed at like the new parts of me that are opening up. And so what I'm saying is the old paradigm taught you to like be somebody you're not, right? And it's such a disservice because even at a place of neutrality, you just being you isn't your fullest expression. So what happens as you move more into the new paradigm is your fullest expression starts to come out, but it takes time, right? So you go from this not even being you to being you and then finding out, oh my gosh, there's so much more to me that I never even saw, I never even accessed, like none of that, simply because I was so busy over here. And it takes so much strength, energy to be somebody you're not. So I just want to like paint that picture for you because it's important to know where you're going, and that if right now you're like, things aren't working, things aren't landing, just know that it's going somewhere so much more fun, right? But the new paradigm, essentially the new frequencies, will not tolerate you being inauthentic. And this is why I say often, like, things will start to fall away. So if you're in situations that are inauthentic, they'll start to fall away because the new frequencies won't let them like hold. Okay. So what is the sign? What is one of the most common signs that you are out of alignment? There's something energetically underneath you that is not right. It could be a block. It could be a block from a past life, from ancestors, from this life. It could be you're just making decisions based on conditioning or programming. It could be all these things, right? That's what being out of alignment really means, is when you strategy hop. So what do I mean by strategy hop? It's a term I've just made up because it's very like it's resonant. It lands for what it is. And this is what you do. So you don't get the results that you want. So what you do is you pick a new strategy and you try that for a while. It doesn't work. So you try a new strategy. It doesn't work for a while. You try a new strategy and you just strategy hop. You go from one strategy to the next, the next, the next, the next, the next, hoping one of them will land. And I'm here to tell you, none of them will. Because if you are strategy hopping, it's because there is something deeper underneath that is out of alignment. There's an energy somewhere under here that is out of alignment. And until you get to that thing, you have to see it, you have to isolate, you've got to clear it. And then once you do, now it could be clearing in terms of energetically clearing, but it also could be you're just on the wrong path, right? So there's a number of things going on here. Like I said, I can't make this video 90 minutes, right? But just know there's a number of things going on, or it could be a number of things. There's like a list that you need to go through to find out where specifically and pinpoint exactly where you are out of alignment. And it is that precise. This is the thing about the new higher frequencies. They are much more precise. The old paradigm, it was like a soup. It was just all over the place, right? Higher frequencies are much more precise. So you've got to get to the root of what's going on there. Once you do that, actually what happens is you start to see a clear path and you start to see the strategy that's going to work for you. Okay? The strategy is not something you're going to get online, or listening to this one person, listening to this one video, and this one person says, okay, you've got to send out this many emails, or you've got to change your resume this way, or you've got to go on this dating site, or whatever it is, whatever area of life. That's not what this is about. You're going to have a clear strategy that's in alignment for you, and it's going to come from you. but it takes stepping back from all the doing, and all the strategy hopping. And I'm here to tell you, for most people, that is not an easy task. It is not an easy task. And I remember when I was going through this years ago, I was doing this strategy hopping. Things aren't working. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Like I was just looking everywhere, like frantically. The idea of stopping looking felt like, it almost felt like things were just gonna like fall apart completely, even though they weren't coming together and it wasn't good. My results weren't what I wanted, meaning it wasn't good. There was absolutely a fear in me. Like if I stop, it's like it's never going to happen. And I'm just putting it off. Like all this programming that we have about you've got to keep going, you've got to keep doing. It is deep. Let me tell you, it is deep. That stuff goes deep. Like it's so ingrained. If we stop, oh my God, everything's going to fall apart. But it's not true. It is not true. If it does fall apart, it's because it's not in alignment with you, and it was going to fall apart anyways. Okay, this is what we need to know. There's so much that's different about the new paradigm. It's like crazy. These new frequencies, they don't act anything like the old frequencies do. They are so different. You have to create so differently. And again, like I said, there's this precision, there's nuance, there's knowing how to dance within this. And you do get there, right? But it is learning an entirely new operating system. So if you find yourself doing the strategy hopping, knowing that stopping might feel like death, like it could literally feel like, oh my God, like I'm just giving up, or like it could feel very, very heavy. But you've got to get to the root of it. You do. It's like there's a key under here, and you've got to figure out what the key is. Right? You've got to unlock it because there's something that's stopping from what you want to come into manifestation, to be created in this 3D reality. So you've got to get to the under layer to figure out what that is. And then again, it is literally like once you have the lock, once you have the key, the code, it opens it up. And then the strategy you pick is aligned with you. Again, alignment, your authentic self. You take action as always. Things move forward, but they don't move always forward in the time that you want them to. Okay. This reality is so different. It really is so different because energy moves much quicker than the 3D world moves. So you can clear an energy and it may take a month for reality to catch up. Okay. It may take 6 months. It's hard to say. The more surface level blocks, like those ones, they can clear and things can move really quickly. But when you get to some of the deep ones, like when I've cleared some of my deepest, darkest, like templates that I've had in me, it's taken a few months to clear and all the energy to realign within me, just in the side. So the timing that we often have in our egos, minds that wants things to happen isn't always the way it works, but just know that you're getting there. And here's the other part, and I don't want this to sound like a negative thing because I don't see it that way, but I understand how this could be received as a negative thing, is that this is happening. Like, it's not like if you decide to not learn how to function in the new paradigm that it's just going to go away. Like, this is the new operating system on the planet. And so this is like I said, I don't want to add fear into any of this because it's not meant to be that way. But like this has happened. The frequency is already up, right? It's already here. We're already operating in this system. It's whether you decide to learn how to function in this, learn how to use energy, learn how this whole operating system goes, or you stay stuck in the old for longer. It's your choice, right? It really is your choice, but it's not going away. And I hope this empowers you, gives you like a little like oomph, like, okay, I can do this, because you can. You wouldn't be here right now on this planet, and you absolutely would not be listening to this video right now if you weren't ready for this. Like, you are so ready to move in this direction. Like, this is exactly what you came here for, right? So just know that. Like, it's happening, it's here, it's supportive. The energies are incredibly supportive now more than ever. I'm actually blown away about how much support we're getting right now. It's here, it's happening, it's now. So now is the time you want to pick up on that momentum, right? And of course, in my one-on-one sessions, this is what we do. We get to that root cause. When you are in that constant strategy hopping or any other pattern, or you're not getting where you want to do, this is what I do in my one-on-one sessions, right? We go dig deep and we figure out what is that root. We unlock the lock. We get the key to figure out what is in there so we can open it up so you can move forward. So of course, I will put the link down there below. And of course, I have longer mentorships as well. And I'll put the link down to apply for those down below there as well. All right, beautiful soul. I hope this was super helpful, and I will talk to you soon.